proud of the way we fought, the physicality that we played with, the togetherness. But I told the team that there's no moral victories. I thought we had come farther from an execution standpoint. I really thought that the physicality, togetherness, intensity that we saw tonight would manifest itself in some better execution, some smarter play. So I got to figure out, this is, I've got a saying, once is an anomaly, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. And to be in this many one-score games against some really quality opponents tells me we're on the right track. We're so close to getting over that hill. We as a staff, myself as the head coach, we just got to figure out the right buttons to press, because the margin for error is so slim when you're playing teams like that in environments like that. And we played good enough defense, save for one play, to win the game, but that one play counts. And that's what I told the team. Like, if you get away, you can play 75 plays perfectly. And that one play, you decide to go 90%, or you decide to have a mental brain fart, that could be the play that goes 67 yards. And so we're so close. We've got to close that really, really small gap here very quickly. And I think we will. I really do. I think playing to our level of competition, well, I should say this. We need to. We're not going to beat many American Conference teams. 50-yard penalties on special teams, 67-yard run untouched, 2 turnovers on offense, can't convert 4th down. So give Michigan State a ton of credit. I got a lot of respect, thank you, for Coach Smith and what he's building here. They got some really, really good players. I felt like that was a winnable game for us, and I was hoping we were a little bit farther than we were, but we got a week to get better and get excited for our first conference game on next Saturday. Questions?
Ryan? Go ahead, Bob.
Coach, when the offense was struggling there in the beginning part of the game, what were the conversations with Cam and Charlie like to try to get the offense going?
Just relax, that was about it.
And then when it looked like on that last play of the game, it looked like Ty Starks was about to come in the game, and then Cam waved him off. What was going on with that situation?
He had hurt his hand on the 3rd down play. I believe we called timeout, right? So we called timeout, and Coach Fry was over there talking the offense, talking to Cam, and his right hand wouldn't stop shaking. Said it got hurt. He wasn't sure how or what play. So we were going to put Tyreek in, and then Cam, in those 30 seconds, 60 seconds, said, I think I can go. And so we x-rayed it after preliminarily. Those were negative. So and other injuries, we came out pretty good. Some bumps and bruises here and there.
What was the explanation that you got from the officials on that 4th down play where it was, a call of targeting, then it was not a call of targeting, as a late hit, and then, how was that explained to you?
Well, to the guys on the field, he made the right call. So how that gets overturned with clear video evidence that wasn't targeting, I haven't seen the replay. We were knee deep and a lot of stuff was going on. So as they do, they review every targeting, and somebody in New York or Dallas or wherever they do these things said that wasn't targeting, but that it was a late hit. but a late hit by definition occurs after the play is dead, and the play then was dead prior to him making the line to gain. So how that wasn't targeting, I'm a little confused. We earlier, I thought, I was under the assumption when we had them jump off sides, we drew them off sides, and we threw a go ball to one of our wideouts early in the game, and their corner ran right through our guy on their sideline, and no flag. So, I told our guys, hey, it's prison rules, right? Apparently, when you jump off sides, you can do whatever you want, and then our guys get called for it. So I screwed them up on that, I guess. When I saw that happen, I was like, okay, guys, all bets are off. We're not calling PIs on offside. So that was my fault.
Phillips' interception, they're going in to make it, 23-3, and that really gives you a chance to win the game.
Huge. Not just that, but could have gone up by even more, right? They were up by 13, right? Yep. Would have put them up by 16, right? Which, the way they were playing offensively, would have seemed pretty insurmountable at the time, or whatever it was. Even a field goal there would have helped them out tremendously. So for Philip to make that play, it was good. I think it goes to trust in your training. Philip did exactly what he was coached to do, and usually when you do that with really bad intentions on defense and attention to detail to the way that you're coached, really good things happen, and it was awesome. We needed it.
Passing game got going in the second half. Was there any advice to Cam in the offense besides just relax there?
No, I thought they responded. Obviously the defense keeping us in the game and allowing us because they knew, the offense, we weren't getting pushed around. We weren't getting out, they weren't playing with more intensity than us. That's a good team. I'm not saying they weren't playing with intensity, but it wasn't more than us. We weren't getting pushed around, and so I think at halftime they kind of realized that a little bit and went out and did their job with a little bit more consistency, which was good to see. It gave me the way they played most of the second half, certainly compared to the first half, gave me a lot of hope, going into next week too.
Coach, you talked earlier in the week about the respect you had for the atmosphere here at Michigan State. How did you think your players overall handled that tonight?
Yeah, how about that for one quote of a paragraph long thing about the architecture of stadiums and how stadiums that are built straight up are louder than stadiums that go straight out. That was a weird one to me, but it was awesome. I love. I did have some really good memories from this place, and I have them today too. When they were playing Journey there, and in between the third and fourth quarter, I made sure to go grab Cam, and I said, "Look around, dude. Look around. You got 70,000 people nervous as all get out because you're 6 points going into the fourth quarter away from winning this damn thing." And it was pretty cool. And to Michigan State, their fans, that's how you put on a game, a Friday night game on Big Ten Network. That was a show. That was really good.
Hey Coach, I saw Cam working on rollouts pregame, and I saw it implemented throughout the game. Was that something that you had game planned against the Michigan State defense there?
I don't know that it was so much Michigan State's defense. I think there's matchup issues up front, and so for us to throw the football, which you need to do, to have a chance to win, we knew some of those are going to, we couldn't just sit back there in the middle of the pocket for 30, 40 times a game. We're not good. The matchups were not conducive to do that. And we've learned in having Cam in our program for 9 months that he's pretty good when he's on the move, and obviously with his legs, they cover everybody. He's a threat to go make some yards.
Coach, going into next week, what offensively are you looking to try to do to get this offense to be at a point where it can put up points consistently?
Asked me in my press conference once.
That's-
I think it's just consistency, and my immediate reaction when I think about consistency is we got to do more, we got to do less scheme, more. Let's get really good at a few things. Let's not be a jack of all trades, master of none. Let's master some things. Now we know too. I think that's the thing too. You get Cameron Fancher for 9 months, and he's in a black jersey, non-contact for those 9 months. You really don't have a true understanding of what he can do, running the football and as a threat there. So I think we found some things out tonight, but when it comes to consistency, having done this for a long time, just let's go do a few things and go do them really, really good.
Circling back to the defense, when it comes to their preparation and how you guys prepared for this week, what goes into that? And then beyond that, how do you want to have that translate into the coming weeks and months as the season progresses?
Well, it was really unique, again, because of the change in staff, the roster turnover. You got a new starting quarterback, a new this, a new that. So you really, at that point, you kind of, defensively, I know we kind of just studied Oregon State's scheme, and tried to match it with, and studied the plays that Childs played when he was at Oregon State and kind of what they felt comfortable with. We watched the spring game on television, tried to glean whatever we could from that. So it was difficult in preparation for sure, but haven't had a whole off season to prepare for Army, and I know they've got a new offensive coordinator. I know they kind of strayed away from the triple option, but we've heard they're kind of going back. So it'll be good to see what they do against Lehigh or Lafayette. Lafayette, sorry. What a great rivalry that is, though, too, huh? The Patriot League, huh? Lafayette and Lehigh.
Yeah.
Have you read John Feinstein? John, if I'm pronouncing that right. He wrote the book on the Army-Navy game. He also wrote a book, I believe it's called The Last Amateurs, and it's about the Patriot League and the Lehigh Lafayette. It's a really good book if you're a reading nerd, but I don't know how we got on that topic.
Army's playing them tonight.
Yeah, Army. Yeah, it'll be another unique preparation, but because of that triple option, I've learned, when I was at Houston in this conference and we had to play Navy every year, you got to work on that in spring ball, you got to work on that in training camp, you got to work on that all the time. So I think your question was more directed at Michigan State and kind of their offense, I think. I think they got something special with that quarterback, and Coach Smith is a heck of a coach. They've got great resources and support, obviously, from their fans. So I was impressed with the potential, especially with that young man at quarterback.
That's one.
So Kazir Brown is a new transfer that just arrived this year from University of Maine. He first game of the year, he makes a lot of great plays. That acrobatic interception. He also made a great defensive play towards the end of the game as well. What have been your thoughts on Kazir so far this season, working with you?
Yeah, it's you don't find a corner with his physical attributes very often either. He's a big dude. He's a long guy, and he's physical. And I think Coach Harris and Coach Rock have done a good job. He's not going to go out and run 4.3, but they play to his strengths, which are his physicality and his knack for football too. And I sure am glad we got him. That was a position of constant flux for us last year, and to have him show up and have, and again, I'm sure there's a lot of things he's got to work on, but you definitely felt him tonight on that defense.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.